I'm sure all of you out there know what this is. An original Xbox 360. This is the one that I salvaged and repaired in a video series I did quite a few months ago. And, I don't use it for anything. It's an old launch unit, but I mean, it's cool to have. It looks cool on the shelf. A game store that I work at as a side job, we do not accept these units, period, because of the high defect rate, the high failure rate of them. So we don't, period. A lot of people don't get this memo, though, and they try to sell them to us, which we just politely tell them no, and if they ask, we explain the high failure rate. Usually it's okay. Well, a lot of times people just don't, want this crap anymore. And I was working there today, and, I had the option, hey, I'll just go on and take it. They don't want it. They don't want to haul it back. So I took the 360 that they were trying to sell. Now, just to be fair, I'm going to explain that it was completely assembled when they handed it to me. I noticed, however, that the alignment of the slot on the back for the video was off. Here it's fine, it's aligned, everything's good. It was like oddly high, if that makes sense. Like it was coming down into here to where you couldn't really get in this area. And, everything just seemed a little odd. This was scratched to hell and back. Everything was, screwed up. So I was wondering, what the hell? I bring it home, and it was exactly what I expected. The system red ringed immediately. I wasn't expecting anything special, and of note, of course, it didn't have the hard drive, so there wasn't even that salvageable. But I noticed, that it was off, and what else I noticed was amazing. Now, once again, when I got it, it was fully assembled, and I've, of course, disassembled it since then. It was a GameStop refurbished unit, and this wasn't done by me. I make much cleaner cuts than that. This was the way it was. It was already, had the factory stuff tore. Not the factory stuff, the GameStop refurbished stuff, excuse me. So, you can see it there, GameStop refurbished, do not remove. So clearly they said fuck it to that. The things are what they are. I mean, the grills don't matter. The faceplate was, of course, FUBAR. This button was gone. The door is, of course, crappy. It always looks like a screaming face. Like, I don't know, funny to me. This door is FUBAR. I mean, this is shit. This is useless. It's broken, so fuck that. It did have this. It did have the silver button, so there's that. It's a little scratched up and smudged to hell and back, but it exists, so I have another one of those. The coup de grace is the unit. Now, when I was peeling all the stuff apart and I pulled it upside down to pull to get the screws out after I'd removed the plastic casing, I noticed there are no fucking screws. Period. And not even for the X-clamps. Which the problem with those is, if you remove them, now these aren't the X-clamp screws. The X-clamp screws are their own mounting, and then there's a screw bolt system that goes through the RF cage. But the point is, if you undo these, you run a chance of throwing off the tension of the X-clamp assembly itself, and just causing more heating problems than it's worth. But odds are whoever owned this thing probably tried to do repairs on it. Because, yeah, just wait till you see it. I think you can actually, look, I didn't notice that. That's dented for some reason. How the fuck does the wireless controller and ring of light assembly get fucked up? This is FUBAR, and that plate isn't even worth salvaging. That's trashed. Here's the clincher. And I said this on Facebook, that it looks like the heatsink has been through a fight with Randy Savage. And I was like, what the fuck, when I saw that. This is bent for God only knows what reason. There's what I was talking about with the K. With this, it's off. That's not supposed to be like that at all. And it hit me, the optical drive that I mentioned, it doesn't work because it just doesn't want to work right. Fuck it, let's just remove that. The hell with it. Ain't like this thing's ever getting used again. Like I said, this has been beat up to hell and back by Randy Savage. Maybe, Hulkster also came in. So that's what the fuck. The fans sound like fucking jet ramping up for takeoff, but that's common. But, yeah, the board is so far gone, I mean, what the hell does it matter? If I wanted to, I could remove this. The only thing keeping it in is some particular little metal tabs and such that just kind of have that tendency. So, yeah. And they were nice enough people. I'm not faulting them. They didn't know. They were actually pretty cool, and they really... I didn't even notice that. Look, that shit's just broke. They didn't even want to... you know, they didn't know. They tried. They had some pretty cool stuff with them. PlayStation 2 that worked fine, and N64 that worked fine. The controller on the PlayStation 2 is fuck, though, so I don't understand that. A lot of it's been in storage, so it seems like a lot of this crap is just, you know, wasn't taken care of. But this... oh boy, this. Yeah. This is not how you sell a 360. And again, it was fully assembled. It looked no different than this one, minus the hard disk. Let me just take that off there. Set that down. That's actually a useful hard disk. It didn't look anything different than this one, except it had the, you know, this was a little off and a little weird, and this was all messed up. So, you know, I mean, this one's in great shape. But, yeah. This. That's not gonna fly. How do you even do that without trying? I think the heatsink in Will's Xbox was in better shape after we destroyed it. So, I don't fucking know. But that's not how you sell a 360 to a game store. It should at least look halfway decent if you're gonna sell it. And, yeah, that GameStop refurbished, that's not gonna cut it. Not by a long shot. So, I don't know. I might just take this thing out to the back and burn it. I'm not even kidding. I got a fire pit back there. I might burn it as tribute to all the people who suffered the horror of the Red Ring of Death. Because that's all this thing is good for. The one that I stripped apart and sat on my wall is in better shape than this one. But that's fine. That's all good. Doesn't bug me in the slightest. Because I didn't pay a cent for it. And I'm glad the store didn't either. Whatever case. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me rant. You are awesome. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Sub if you like my kind of crazy content. You never quite know what you're going to get from me. Or when you're going to get it. I don't make regular content. Check the website down below in the description. Zadara.com, my website, where I write about all kinds of random crap, which is usually either game-related, space-related, occasionally tech-related, or sometimes about the stupidity of retail and random people. So yeah, there's my plug for myself. I usually don't try to do that. Once again, though, thanks. It means a lot to me when you watch the videos, especially when you comment and have a good laugh. Hope you enjoyed it. And take it easy, everyone. And remember, don't let Randy Savage near your Xbox 360. How do you even fucking do that? Like, seriously.